There is a prefab home being finished as we speak that fits 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in a footprint just over 500 square feet. Yeah, you heard that right. I was recently at the Aura factory in Houston and saw a home nearing completion that is only 16 feet wide by 32 feet long and has a total square footage of almost 1,100 square feet because it stacks, one piece on top of another. I could sit here and show you the renderings and tell you all about it, but it's probably easier if I just show you. This is the Cuadro from Aura Prefab Dwellings. Welcome inside this 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom prefab home by Aura Prefab Dwellings. Before I get too far into this tour, I do want to note this is one that's still under construction. So I saw it on the factory floor and I said, hey, what about that one? That one looks really cool. And they said, no, that one's not done. And I said, what if I start with the disclosure that it's not done and people understand that it's not done and we'll look past the fact that it doesn't have paint? What we're looking at here is primer. We're gonna see over here, they're missing a cabinet door. And so long story short, they said, okay, fine, you can do the tour, but just make sure you let people know that it is not finished. So that's what I'm doing right now. What we've got here is actually quite unique, and that's the reason I wanted to be able to come up here and shoot a video, because this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, but it's in a footprint of 16 feet wide by 32 feet long. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, 16 feet wide, 32 feet long, that doesn't seem like enough space to fit 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. You are absolutely right. However, right next door, there's another unit that will stack on top of this. And behind me, there is the start of what will be the stairs up to the 2nd floor. So this is the ground floor. And then there's another unit beside that will go on top for a total of 1,100 square feet in that footprint of 16 by 32. So you're taking up less width on a lot, and it just opens up a whole bunch of possibilities to get more space in a smaller footprint. We are going to start in the kitchen because that's where I'm standing. So what we've got here is a nice size island. It's not the biggest I've ever seen, but it's like just right. It's the Goldilocks of islands. In the island is where they've got the sink, and I know a lot of people like to look out a window when they're at the sink. Don't fear, there's a window behind the camera over there. So on this side, it's not in yet, but this appears to be where the dishwasher will go right there. That's where I've got my backpack and hard hat. And then we have got storage for, you know, your dish type stuff. Behind me, upper cabinets that are more light in color, and then they've got kind of a dark gray for the bottoms, which I think looks quite nice against the white countertops and backsplash. Beside the stove, they've got a bank of 3 drawers, 2 the same size on the top, and then 1 big one on the bottom. Same on this side, and as we move across over here, they've got the stainless steel fridge. They just put this in right before I started shooting because they said, okay, you can do it, but we do want to put a little bit of furniture in there so it's not completely empty. So they just staged it for this video, which is greatly appreciated because it is easier for people to picture what the home's going to look like when there's a bit of furniture in it. So that's great. Now, on the other side of the fridge, here is the missing cabinet door here. There's another one below, so you've got shelves in each one of those cabinets. You've got the cabinet above the fridge, which is pretty normal. And then across from the fridge, they've got this pantry right here, which again isn't quite finished yet, but I will do a shot of that so you can see what will be when it's done. Let's head into the living room. Sorry, just had to run upstairs to grab a battery. Now, before I get into the living room, I do want to mention the back side of the island because I don't want to forget. It does have a nice overhang there and room for 2 bar stools comfortably, which is always kind of nice because if you like to entertain in any way, shape, or form, people do typically like to kind of hover in the kitchen, and if you've got an island, you put some snacks out, it's a perfect place to do that. In this living room, they've got 2 large windows, one on the end wall, one on the side wall, and then they've got a smaller window right there at the bottom of the stairs, which will add some natural light into the stairwell if the home was outside. Obviously, right now, it's not letting in a lot of natural light because it's sitting inside a factory. One thing I definitely want to point out, and something that I've been enjoying through everything from Aura Prefabs, is the ceiling height. So this is a 10-foot ceiling, and it definitely feels quite spacious when you're moving around. Again, it's not a huge home, 16 feet wide, 32 feet long, but that extra height on the ceiling does make it feel, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Look up synonyms for spacious. I've used spacious too many times already. Heading back the other direction on my left, about halfway between the living room and the kitchen, they've got a storage closet, which is something that people ask about quite often. I like this location for a closet because it's near the kitchen. You know, you can put stuff like cleaning supplies or a broom in there, and then it's easy access if you need to give a quick sweep or whatever you're doing. Before we go upstairs, I do want to show you the bedroom and the bathroom. As I make my way down to the bedroom, have a look at this door because they got a couple things going on here. First, another window. They have a window in the door, which is great. Natural light into the kitchen here. They've got another window over there. But notice the height. Again, these are 10-foot ceilings, so this is not a standard height door. Look at how tall that is. So you get extra window with that, which is just going to add even more natural light, which I always like. Come on. So the first door on the left is into the main floor bedroom. The main floor bedroom has been staged with this orange ladder. However, it is not included in the price. Sorry to burst your bubble. On the sidewall, really the only thing that we need to talk about in here for now is the horizontal slatted window. And then after doing that, which is now done, we can move into the bathroom. Honestly, I was expecting this to be a half bath, meaning toilet and sink. However, as you can see, we've got a corner shower here, which was a very nice surprise. Again, the space is not finished. There will be walls of some sort on the shower. They're just not there yet. So use your imagination. That pretty much wraps up the main floor. So I'm going to do a continuous walkthrough and then we will head upstairs. All right, the front entrance is about halfway down the home. And as you can see, you land into the kitchen. I'm going to take us between the island and the main section of the kitchen. We're going to go look out this window at the factory and then I'm going to look over at where the pantry will be. It's not finished yet, but that's where the pantry is going to go. Heading back the other way, fridge on the left, counter space, stove, and then dishwasher will be down below where I've got all my stuff. Nice size island for the space. I really quite like that. It's almost what I would call perfect. It just gives that little bit of extra counter space, place to hang out, and yeah, I think it works quite well in this space. Over here, this again is the closet. Take a quick look in there. And then first look at the living room with the two windows there. And then you loop around up this way and we will head upstairs. Just kidding. Upstairs is over beside us. So we'll go down and look at the bedroom and the bathroom. It's a nice kitchen. I quite like that a lot. So first door on the left goes into the bedroom. There's the orange ladder right there. Window, come around, and then we'll head down into this final space here, which has the corner shower. No half bath here, folks. This is a full three-piece. There's the sink there. No mirror yet, but it will be there. One last look at the living space. If it were me setting this space up, I would put the TV in there somewhere. And then I'd probably leave the furniture as is. I think that'd be a nice little setup. I don't know if there's lights on next door, so I'm going to do my best to show you what I can show you of the upstairs. But I guess we're going to find out. I just now realized that because this is the second story unit, there is no side door for me to hop up into aside from the deck, but that's about 6 feet high. Luckily, I saw something orange in the bedroom that I can probably use to get up and hop over that. We're going over the side, folks. This is probably into the main bedroom, I'm guessing, because it has the deck. So we've got a bit of closet. And again, no lights here, so I'm gonna make this quick. This looks like the main bathroom upstairs. And then at the back, possibly the second bedroom. Over here, we've got the stair access down to below. I guess I could have crawled right under there. I didn't have to go over after all. I'm gonna be honest, that upstairs walkthrough was better than nothing, but just barely. Watching that back, I could just barely get a sense of the layout, and I was there. So here's the floor plan. As you can see, there are 2 bedrooms upstairs and they share bathroom access from either side. The bathroom has 2 sinks, a shower, and a toilet. If I'm living in this house, I'm calling dibs on the front bedroom with access directly out to the deck. It'll be even better when it's set up and you don't have to climb in with a ladder. It is a very cool home, so let's get into the price. Sorry, I just had to freshen up real quick. Yes, if you're wondering, I am recycling the same joke within the same video. That's what it's come to. Okay, now for pricing. What they do here at Aura is they do a turnkey price. Turnkey. That means they include the foundation, they include the services, they include the permits, they include the delivery, they include the house, they include the setup. Literally all you have to do is show up, turn the key, and move your stuff on in. What they've done for this video, because this house is actually available now if you want something quick, this is one way to do it. What they've done is they gave me a price so I could give a price to you. They've priced it within the Houston area because that's where we're located. And if you want to take it outside of the Houston area, you just have to account for the added cost for freight, and things change when you go from one area to another, okay? So within the Houston area, they've done $279 turnkey for this exact model home. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, as I've mentioned, and it is built to be in Texas. So it is available to anyone in Texas. If you want it, come and get it. If you're not in Texas and you like the look and feel of what they got here, just send them an email and they'll go other places as well. But this one was built for Texas. They got some other stuff to show here on the floor, so I got to keep it moving. I'm going to run upstairs real quick. But before I do that, I guess this is where we end the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.